We are going to take about a 30-minute yoga recovery flow with Candis. And she is a mother, a yoga teacher, a youth worker, and an entrepreneur with over 10 years of experience in the mindfulness practice. And then after that, we are going to hand it over to Linda. She founded the Life Breath Wellness Center in Rhode Island in 1999. She has 37 years of experience as a muscular therapy practitioner. And then she is also an OOFOS brand educator and experience specialist. And she has been so helpful in helping our team know how to best use our OOFOS. And I know that you guys have all been loving the OOFOS as well. I've been wearing my slides around the house nonstop this week. So in this workout, you will need a yoga mat. You will need your OOFOS sandals if you have them. And then we are also going to be using our aSutra Chill the Night Away product from the Summit box for the second part of this workout. But one last thing, we're going to give the quick shout outs to all the brands and partners that made this week possible, like I said. So that is Tonal, OOFOS. Of course, thank you so much to OOFOS. We're so excited to have you guys as sort of the leaders of this workout. Thank you to NYX, to Les Mills, to Boone, Undone, Avrani, Wander Beauty, which Gina is sporting right now, as is appropriate for the 7 a.m. hour. Curious Elixirs, August, R&Co, Tone House, aSutra, which again, get that lotion out to use during the self-massage part of this. Mad Tasty, Wordiful, who you'll see tomorrow in a workshop during the last day of the summit. Half Day, Athletic Brewing, and Olive and June. And I think that is everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start off with this restorative yoga with Candis. So Candis, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Okay, perfect. My name is Candis. I'm so happy to be here with you. We'll jump right in. I'm going to have you all come onto your back. I'm just going to be sitting up here. So come onto your back, take up space, allow yourself to become comfortable, allow your feet to fall out to the side, palms up to receive, palms down to ground. Check in, do what feels right for you. And then once you're comfortable, close your eyes and just take a moment to connect with your breath. Notice the rise of your chest on your inhale and the fall of your belly on your exhale. Take a deep breath in through the nose and an exhale out the mouth. And again, inhale, big breath. Exhale, let go. Take a moment and bring your awareness to your forehead and begin to soften here. Move your awareness to your eyes and allow your eyes to sink deeper into their sockets. Relax your jaw. Relax your tongue. Take a long breath into the nose again. Exhale out the nose. And then bring your awareness to the muscles in your neck and your shoulders. Take a moment to notice what's happening here. Begin to relax the muscles in the neck, relax the muscles in the shoulders. Soften the muscles in your chest. Allow your arms to grow heavy and your fingers are light. Move your awareness now to the muscles in your back. Take a long breath in and a long exhale out. Begin to imagine The muscles in your back melting into the earth, completely relaxed, letting go here. And now shift your awareness to the muscles in your belly and notice if there's any holding going on here. Inhale. Exhale. Soften the muscles in the belly. Letting go. Now move your awareness to the muscles in your hips and your glutes and your thighs, filling into these muscles. These are big muscles, so just take a moment, notice what's happening here. Not judging, not shaming, not creating a story, just simply being with the experience of your legs. Inhale. Exhale, letting go. Soften the muscles in your hips, your thighs, and your glutes. And then move your awareness now to your knees. Letting go here. Soften your shins, your calves, and your ankles. Relax the tops of your feet, the soles of your feet, and all 10 toes. Everything is completely relaxed. Come back to your breath. Here, we're going to repeat a couple of affirmations to keep us here and present in our bodies and in this moment. So when you're ready, go ahead and take a soft breath in. And a long exhale out. And gently, lovingly repeat to yourself, I am in my body. I am completely in my body. Again, without judging or creating a story, just notice what comes up for you. Repeating again, I am in my body. I am completely in my body. Where are your toes? Your knees. Crown of your head. Our last affirmation, I am present. I am present. Take a soft breath in and a soft exhale out. Begin to gently open up your eyes. And you're going to bend your knees, keeping your arms resting by your side. Go ahead and just extend both legs up towards the sky. Keep a slight bend in your knees. And then spread your feet about 5 to 6 inches away from one another. All right. Arms resting by your side. Inhale, exhale. Go ahead and make, you're going to make circles in your ankles, from your ankles in one direction. Noticing how the feet feel. And then exhale, go ahead and make circles in the opposite direction. Great. And then bring the feet into a neutral position. Looking at your toes. Inhale, point the toes up. And exhale, flex the toes towards the face. And again, inhale, point up. And exhale, flex the toes towards the face. Again, inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Inhale, point. And exhale, flex. And one more time, inhale, point. And exhale, flex. All right. Looking at our toes right now. Go ahead and just play and see if you can spread the toes away from one another. Okay, we're not judging or creating stories about our feet. Maybe just showing appreciation and gratitude for everything they do, the places they take us, the weight they carry, the freedom they give us. And then inhale, point one more time, toes towards the sky. And exhale, flex the feet towards the face. Bend the knees and thighs in towards the chest. Wrapping your arms around your shins. Give yourself a hug and just massage your spine into the mat. Maybe massaging the back of your head into the ground if that's available to you. Great. And then keeping your right knee in towards your chest, you're going to extend your left leg out. Bring your left heel down onto the ground. Interlacing your fingers on top of your right knee. Again, keeping the shoulders relaxed, chin tucked in slightly towards the chest. Inhale, exhale, draw your knee in towards your armpit. Noticing what you're looking at. Noticing sensations you're feeling in your legs right now. Inhale, draw the knee in closer in towards your right armpit. And then exhale, we're going to take the right knee across the body, coming in for supine twist. Moving very gently here. Try keeping both shoulders resting on your mat. Your right arm is extended out to the side. You can gaze up or you can look at your right fingers if that feels good to you. Inhale, come back to center. Go ahead, this time extend your right leg out. Bring your right heel onto the ground, bending your left knee in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers on top of your left knee. Keep your right foot flexed. If you like, you can continue to play with spreading both your toes. On both feet. Inhale, draw the left knee in towards the left armpit. Find your breath. Repeating that affirmation back to yourself. I am in my body. I am completely in my body. Inhale, drawing the left knee in closer towards your left armpit. Go ahead. Again, this time exhale, bring the left knee across the body. Try bringing both shoulders onto the ground. Left arm out to the side. Again, looking up or looking out to the left. Take a long breath in. And a deep exhale out. And then inhale, come back onto your back. Bring both thighs back into your chest, knees bent. Wrap your arms around your shins. And massage your spine into the mat. And then begin to draw your navel in towards your spine. We're going to go ahead and just gently roll up. So we're going to tuck the chin into the chest and rock back and forth. If you like, if this is not comfortable for you, you can roll into your side and just press yourself up into a seated position. For the rest of us, go ahead, roll up. And then come into a cross-leg position at the front edge of your mat. All right, jaw relaxed, shoulders are soft, hands resting on your knees. Come back to your breath. Inhale, exhale. I am present. Take a breath in. Exhale, gently bring your left ear to your left shoulder, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder. And then back down again, right ear to shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to your left shoulder. Moving at your own pace now, maybe closing the eyes, bringing the senses inward, feeling into your body. And 2 more times, ear to shoulders. And then bring your head back up to center. Go ahead, extend your right arm out in front of you. And then take your left fingers and you're gonna go ahead and just gently press down on your right fingers, drawing them closer towards you, not overdoing it here. Take a breath in and a breath out. And gently release and let go, making circles in your wrist, your right wrist. And in the opposite direction. And this time, extending your right hand out, taking your left fingers on top of your right, pulling them back gently. Inhale, exhale, release, let go, making circles in your left wrist this time. And then in the opposite direction. Great. From here, inhale, sweep both arms up. And then exhale, we're going to twist to the right, bring your left hand onto your right knee, opposite hand coming behind you. Gently draw your navel in toward your spine. Big breath in. Exhale, twist. Maybe bring your gaze over your back shoulder. And again, repeating your affirmations. I am in my body. I am completely in my body. Inhale. Exhale, release, bringing both arms back up towards the sky. Exhale, opposite direction. Right knee comes onto your left knee, opposite hand behind you. Inhale, exhale, twist. Just say to yourself, I am present. What are you looking at? Inhale, unwind, bring both arms up. Exhale, go ahead, bring your hands actually right in front of you. Come onto your knees. We're gonna come into tabletop pose. Just make sure. Great. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders, fingers spread wide, knees directly underneath your hips. Look between your legs. If you see your feet, go ahead and just hide them behind your kneecaps. And then from here, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin in. Cat-cow. Again, drop the belly, lift the chest, look up. And exhale, round the spine, drawing the navel in, pressing away from the floor. A couple more times, the pace of your own breath, really coming into your body, into this moment, feeling into yourself, making movements that feel right to you. Trusting yourself that you can give your body exactly what it needs, honoring what it needs. Two more times, in and out. Great, and then coming into a neutral table, just to wake us up a little bit. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Hug your navel, draw your navel to your spine. Curl your toes under, and you're just gonna bring your knees 2 to 3 inches up off the ground. Find the breath. Take 2 big breaths in and out. Exhale, bring the knees down, big toes together, knees wide apart. Shift your hips back. We're gonna come into child's pose. Arms extended out in front of you, head resting on your mat. Completely surrendering here, letting go. Take a breath in. Exhale, shift the hips up forward. Bring the knees together. And then come over and bring your bottom onto your heels. Hands resting out outside your hips. This may feel like there's a lot going here in your quads, your shins. If it feels like there's a lot happening here, just stay here. Reconnect with your breath. For the rest of us, we're gonna go ahead and bring a stretch into the tops of our feet and our ankles. If it's available to you, take your time doing this, okay? Bring your hands outside of your hips, and then maybe just see if you can bring your knees up about 1 inch, maybe 2, maybe more if it's available to you. If there's pain, come out and bring your shins back down onto your mat. But wherever you are, find your breath. Notice the sensations you're feeling here. Showing our feet a lot of love today. Inhale, exhale, release. Let go, come back into your table pose. And just go ahead and just pound your feet on the ground for a moment. Tops of your feet, shake them out just a little bit. All right. And then from here, pressing down into your right hand, inhale, sweep your left arm up. Exhale, we're gonna thread the left arm underneath our right. Resting our head onto the mat for thread the needle. Your left fingers are completely relaxed into the ground. If you like, you can reach your right arm out in front of you. Take a breath in, exhale out. And again, repeat to yourself, I am present. Inhale, exhale, pressing into your right hand. Go ahead, sweep the left arm back up towards the sky, opening up your chest. And then exhale, bring the left hand down. Reconnect with the breath. Inhale, exhale. Go ahead, this time reach the right arm up. And exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left, resting your shoulder, your head on the mat. And again, you have the option to keep your left hand right where it is, or you can walk your left fingers right in front of you. Soft belly, deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. Again, pressing into your left hand, reach your right arm up. Great, and then bring your hand down. Go ahead and come back into your seated position. But this time, keeping the knees bent on our bottom. Feet are about the width of your mat, hands right outside of your hips. Just go ahead and allow the knees to fall to one side, then the other. It's like windshield wipers. Feeling into the legs. Keeping ourselves focused on our breath. Breath helps us anchor us in this moment. It's allowed to guide you. Great. One more time, each side. Awesome. And now go ahead and cross your legs. But make sure your ankles aren't resting on top of one another. You want to bring one heel in. Go ahead and bring actually your right heel in towards your left thigh. And your left heel just outside of your right shin. You have a couple options here. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tight here. Nice and tall here. Okay. Stay here if it already feels like there's a lot of sensation. Or you can go ahead and bring your arms out in front of you. So you can bring your hands, you can stay here, just bend from your hips slightly. Or you can continue to walk your hands out in front of you, maybe bring your forearms down to the ground. And if it's available to you, again, if you're feeling a lot of sensation or pain, maybe coming back out of this, but if it's available to you, you can go ahead and extend your arms out in front of you, resting your head on the mat, noticing the sensations in your legs. Three breaths in and out. Gently again, repeating to yourself, I am in my body. I am completely in my body. On your next exhale, go ahead and walk your hands back towards your legs. Gently come out, uncross your legs, just allowing the knees to fall to one side and then the other. Great. And doing the opposite side this time, go ahead and cross your legs. Bring your right heel, or excuse me, your left heel in towards your right thigh, and your right foot just outside of your left shin. The side may be different. That's totally fine. Just become aware of that. Bring your hands out in front of you. And again, check in. Do what feels right. Trusting yourself. Find your breath. And maybe imagine you can take your breath and bring it into that point of sensation you're feeling here. Maybe it's in your back, maybe it's in your legs. Big breath in. Exhale out. Go ahead, walk the hands back towards your legs. You're gonna cross the legs, allowing these fall to one side and then the other. All right, crossing the legs. And this time, our last asana, we're gonna go ahead and reach the arms out to the side, flip the palms, right? And then bring your left arm over your right. You have three options. You can grab your back of your shoulders and give yourself a hug, or you can bring the back of the hands together, if that's available to you. Or if you like, you can go ahead and bring the palms together. Wherever you're at, you're sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, elbows up to shoulder height. Exhale, gently peel the arms away from the face. Okay, coming into your body, noticing where you're feeling sensation here. If you like, again, you can imagine bringing the breath to that point of sensation. Inhale. Exhale, unwind, release, let go. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears and down the back. And then one more time, reach your arms out, flip the palms. This time, bring your right arm over your left. Maybe this side is different. Check in, do what feels right for you. You have the hug, with the back of the hands together, the palms together. Wherever you're at, inhale, elbows up to shoulder height. Exhale, peel the arms away from the face. Most importantly, we are breathing. Take another breath in. Exhale out. Unwind the arms. Again, roll the shoulders up towards the ears, down the back. Great. When you're ready, go ahead and cross the legs. Bring the, bend the knees. You're gonna reach the arms out in front of you. And on the count of 5, you're gonna slowly come back onto your back. So we're gonna 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, draw the thighs in toward your chest. Wrap your arms around your chins. Massage your spine into the mat. And then when you're ready, go ahead, extend the legs out in front of you. Allow the arms to rest by your side. Eyes are closed. Reconnecting with the breath. Repeating those affirmations one more time. I am present. I am in my body. I am completely in my body. Letting go, allowing the body to become heavy. Totally relaxed. Now, when you're ready, go ahead, take a soft breath in. And a gentle exhale out. And again, inhale. Exhale. Bring your awareness to your toes and begin to make soft, gentle movements with your toes. Bring your awareness to your fingers and begin to make soft, gentle movements with your fingers. If it feels right for you, extend the arms up and twist your toes away from your belly. And bring your arms back down to your side. Bend your knees. And gently roll over to one side of your body. And taking your time, press yourself up and come into a seated position. Eyes closed, thumbs together, hands by your heart, head bow slightly. Stillness practice by taking a moment to express gratitude, which is something you're grateful for. As a reminder, that grateful heart attracts more of what we desire, so take that moment now. And then stilling your practice now with 3 breaths as a reminder that the breath is always here to bring us to the present moment. It's always here to anchor us. When you're ready, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and last breath, inhale, and exhale. Then we bring our thumbs to our third eye, and we bow, namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. It's a pleasure. I'm happy to kick your morning off.
Thank you, Candice. That was so relaxing. Everyone super stretchy and zenned out. So I think we all needed that. Linda, let's hand it over to you for some OOFOS, some self-massage, and a little bit of education.
So thank you, Candis, for preparing everybody and grounding everybody, because one of the first things that I'd like to do is I am going to focus on the feet today. What I'd love to do is to do something where you can actually get a sense of how your feet are feeling in the moment. Now, Candis already got us warmed up in the feet a little bit, so they might feel a little more loosened up. But what I'd like everybody to do is to come to a standing position And if you can, now that you have your yoga mats out, what would be wonderful is line your toes up with the edge of the yoga mat and your feet about 6 inches apart, so about hip width apart. So if you could just stand up, get yourself into that position. I know now that you've been on the floor or whatever, I'm asking you to stand up, but placing your feet on that mat, allowing your arms to rest by your side, and just let your eyes close. We're going to do a body sense exercise, which is, I want you to bring all your awareness to the soles of your feet. And I want you to notice if your weight is more shifted to your left or to your right, or whether they're even. And this is a judgment-free zone, okay? So this is just observation, tuning into our bodies. Notice if your weight is a little more forward or back on your feet. And then begin to go up to your ankles, your lower legs, and notice if there's any tension being held there from one side to the other. Or you notice any kind of contraction or gripping as you're standing. In other words, are you efforting? And efforting means that there's a lot of activity in your muscles when you're standing. Bring your awareness up to your knees and notice if there's more tension on one knee or the other, or on both. And go all the way up to your hips. Same thing. Notice if one hip has a little more tension than the other, or are they both doing that? Total awareness. Wonderful. So I want you to keep a mental note of what you felt in your body, and then come back to your mat. Now I'm sitting upright so that you can see me. If your hips are tight and getting into a position to work on the soles of your feet doing massage, and you have a chair available or something where you can allow your leg to extend out and cross one foot over, I'm going to raise up my chair so you can see the bottom of my foot. And as was mentioned, if you'd like to use the chill the night away, it's got the CBD and magnesium. What I want you to know is anything that you put on your body, on your skin, passes the blood-brain barrier. So in other words, if the ingredients are awesome, I'm really all for it, and these look wonderful. The idea is it can be absorbed into your body. So if you've got, this looks like it's going to chill us. It sounds like a great thing at night. You can use it today, or you can just, use your hands without lubricant. It's up to you, but it really looks, if you were sore from the workouts this week, that this might be wonderful between the magnesium and the CBD. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you lift up, and I am going to begin on one side. It doesn't matter which foot that you're doing this on, because we're going to do a comparison. That exercise we just did, we're going to go back to it after doing one foot, so you can feel the difference. So I've got the sole of my foot exposed here. And what I'm going to do is we're going to do more of a pressure point, a little bit of a pressure point massage. The main thing with doing massage is less is more. In other words, pressure is not about pain. There's a philosophy that people got that no pain, no gain. When it comes to massage, you've got 8,000 nerves in your feet. And the connective tissue, which is all that fascia on the bottom of your foot, is protecting that nervous system. So when you go in deep with, say, a really hard ball or a golf ball and you're digging in, what happens is that connective tissue wraps around the nerves and it actually gets tighter. So we want to be really, really mindful and gentle. And as Candis was coaching you during her session, I want us to breathe while we do the massage, because as you breathe, your body relaxes while you're doing it here. So we're going to start halfway between the ball of the foot and the heel. I'm going to go right in the center, and I'm going to use both of my thumbs, but you can use one depending on your body mechanics. And all I'm going to do is do a nice, gentle circular motion, just stimulating that circulation. I want to plump up the connective tissue. I like to use that word plump up because when you are doing massage, you're actually helping to hydrate connective tissue, so that the next time you take a drink of water, it can have an easier time getting into your tissue. Compressed tissue doesn't allow water in. So if you find yourself dumping water, meaning peeing a lot, if you're drinking water throughout the day, just know it might be because you have a lot of compression in your tissue. So I'm doing nice circular motions in the center of the foot. I'm doing it at a pace that's nice and easy, and it feels good. And now I'm going to take my thumbs, I'm going to go in line with the big toe in the ball of the foot, and I'm going to go just below in the center of the ball of the foot, same thing. I'm doing little circles, breathing as I do that. I'm moving over to the second, in line with the second toe in the ball of the foot. Nice. And then going over to the third. And if you find an area that's a little tender, it's always great to back off a little bit. And going over to that fourth toe into the ball of the foot, nice circle, and then go right over to the fifth. It doesn't take much to stimulate and to open up the feet. It really doesn't. Very, very short little massage sessions can have amazing benefit. Wonderful. Now we're going to go in toward the arch. So the arch is the spring. It's the bridge of the foot. And by the way, your arch goes across your whole foot. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on the inside arch. And once again, I'm going to go all along that inside arch with little circular motions, tracing from just below where that big toe pad and the ball of the foot all the way down to the heel. Now, if you've got plantar fascia issues, be very, very gentle. Do not dig in on where the tenderness is. It won't do any good except for to aggravate it. I generally have told all my athletes and people that it's like picking a scab. You don't want to dig in on something that's already inflamed. So be really nice. You want to work close to it, but not on it. And that goes for everywhere in the feet. Good. So I'm going up and down, and I'm doing little circular motion. And then I'm going to go to the outside of the foot, what I call the lateral arch. We're just going to go and do a little stimulation there. There's some nice attachments of muscles there. Wonderful. And then I'm going to take and go right to the center of the heel pad. Now, the heel pad is very thick. If you want to use a knuckle in the heel pad to just penetrate a little bit, once again, only if that's not feeling tender. I am going to actually use my thumbs. My thumbs are pretty strong from many years of doing massage. So I'm going to use my thumbs, and you decide what feels good for you. Nice circular motion here. Nice. And then the last thing that I'm going to do here is around the heel. And this is around the side of the heel, just doing circular motion right near the Achilles tendon there. And I don't know if you've known this, but the Achilles tendon is the strongest tendon in the body. And it's a pretty remarkable tendon. Hopefully none of you have ever experienced a rupture of it. My husband went through that, and that is quite an ordeal, but nice circular motion here. Wonderful. And lastly, taking your hands, placing them over your toes, and just go back and forth on the top of the toe. Top of the toes, forward and back, flexing and extending. Once again, nice and gentle. Very nice. Good. Doing a nice little circle with your ankles in one direction and the other. Wonderful. Excellent. So allow that foot to come down. And what I'd like you to do, just briefly, is stand up again. And once again, line your toes up right where you did on that yoga mat with 6 inches apart. hip width apart with your feet. And I want you to feel the bottom of your feet, the contact. I want you to notice, is there a difference between the foot you just worked on and the other foot? Notice how your ankle, your knee, and your hip on that side of the body feels compared to the other. Notice if there's a more connectedness. Instead of a stop at the ankle, stop at the knee, stop at the hip, notice if there's a bit more flow. A feeling of connectedness. Excellent. And then come back to that seated position. So if you did feel the connectedness, what I want to let you know is one of the roles of the nervous system is to conduct communication between the central nervous system and your extremities. And so what happens is that when we're compressed, that there's a disconnect there. So when we do a little bit of massage, even just to the feet, we can actually open up those lines of communication tremendously. And so this is going to help you with balance, athletic activity. Everything that you do is going to be heightened and improved by having a better communication with your nervous system. So if you did feel that connectiveness, which I hope you did, and any of you out there that have ever done melt are probably very aware when you use like a melt ball, which is it's a soft ball that I prefer to use only soft balls on my feet so I can respect the nervous system. So let's connect the other side. So I'm just going to move over here and bring up my other foot. And let's go through the same thing. So I'm going to take my thumbs, center of the foot, do nice little circles. And once again, remember to just reset the breathing. Just slow. And of course, if you wanted to use your lotion, your magnesium and CBD lotion, I hope you put that on your hands while you did this. And just breathe nice and slow. Notice if this foot feels different than the other. I noticed on my other foot, I felt a little bit more tension than in my plantar. The plantar fascia is a ligament in the body. And when the plantar fascia isn't doing its job and people end up with plantar fasciitis, it's usually because the deep muscles of the feet are not doing their job. So therefore, that ligament gets the stress. So it's real important that when you're going through your rehabilitation, that you're strengthening your feet, and your physical therapist, usually your physical therapist are getting you on the track to prevent it in the future. Wonderful. Let's go up to the ball of the foot. And once again, in line with the big toe, I'm going to do little circular motions into the ball and the pad. Any of you that once again have any kind of neuromas or nerve impingement, you're not digging in on that. So you can go very superficial and get a lot of benefit. So once again, if it feels good, to go with a little more pressure, and I'm using the pad of my thumb rather than the tip. And then I'm going over to the big toe, in line with the big toe. Nice circular motion. Wonderful. Going over to the third toe, taking a nice deep breath in. Relax your shoulders as you do the massage. It's amazing. And your jaw. A lot of times people will all of a sudden realize that they're either holding their breath or they're gritting their teeth when they're doing it because they're trying to dig in. So just soften everything. It's going to change how your body is receiving your massage. Go over in line with that fourth toe and the pad of the foot, nice circular motion, easy breath. Excellent. And over to the last toe, the fifth toe, little circular motion, nice and easy. Wonderful. And then come right back to the arch. I'm going in line with the big toe, just below the pad, and I'm going to start to do circular motion all along my medial arch. And once again, I'm being very mindful of where that plantar fascia attaches to the heel. If it doesn't hurt, that's great. You can go right up to that point and do nice circular motion. If you're not having any symptoms of plantar fascia strain, absolutely. Stimulating that circulation, plumping up the connective tissue. Nice circular motion all the way down. Wonderful. And now I'm going to go to the outside of the foot, lateral arch, and I'm going to do the same thing. Once again, like I said, there's a lot of attachments of muscles that go right into the feet. So when you're working on the feet, that is why there is such a shift in the connection that goes up into your legs and the whole, what we call the kinetic chain. It's the chain of connective tissue throughout the body. It's like a web. It's an incredible web. One area affects everything. Wonderful. And now I'm going to go to the heel, center of the heel pad. Once again, I'm using my thumb. I'm using my thumb pad, but you can absolutely use a knuckle if you'd prefer. Nice circular motion, very thick pad, so it takes a little bit more depth to penetrate it, but you can absolutely do it. Breathing and going right to the heel. So I'm going on the side of my Achilles, side of that heel bone here, and I'm just doing a nice circular motion. And once again, no pain, all gain on this. Breathing and easing. That's it. Excellent. Now we're going to take our hand, place it over the toes, going forward and back, forward and back. So our feet contain more than 1/4 of all the bones in our body. There are so many things that the feet, that are remarkable about the feet. I've been fascinated with them since I began my massage practice in 1984. It's a long time, but I've always had what I say to people, it was a foot fetish, in that I loved to get into runners' feet and really work them. And it's always been a big, big part of my practice to kind of, making sure the bones are moving well as the soft tissue. Wonderful. And then let's just finish with our little circles in one direction and a circle in the other direction. Excellent. And then slowly come to standing again and place your toes lined up with that yoga mat, hip width or 6 inches apart. And I want you to notice what you're feeling now. Did all of a sudden the left and the right side of the bodies get reconnected together? Are you feeling that connectedness? And just do a quick scan up toward your hips. And I want you to notice now, do you notice anything around your lower back? Perhaps this week's workout, you might have noticed a little tension in your lower back. Notice if any of that has dissipated. And then come back, find yourself into a comfortable position. So I hope that what we just did gave you a realization of how powerful a little bit of self-care massage can be for the whole body. Once again, if for some reason you were having a difficulty accessing the bottom of your feet, Finding a soft ball, and once again, I prefer the melt ball, they're softer, but if you only have a golf ball, don't put a lot of weight on it. But if you can do the bottom of the foot and do like a scribble, like as if you were drawing on the bottom of your foot really fast, you can do that on one foot and then do that on the other foot for a little bit and stimulate that hydration through the feet and to wake up the nervous system to connect to your central nervous system to help you before workouts and whatnot. So that's something that you can absolutely use. I wanted to kind of quickly talk about why OOFOS became my passion, and talk about how that connects with what we just did. I have here one of our sandal style, thong style, and I did this so you could see the footbed. Those of you that have gotten or received shoes, one of the things with OOFOS, it's all about the feel. I began with them very early on because when they sent me a pair, because I worked with professional athletes, they asked me to test the shoe. And I have to tell you, it was love at first feel. I put them on my feet. I went into my studio, my yoga studio, started walking around. I went and worked all day and I never took them off. For 5 months, I wore the same pair because they sent me a hot pink, a fuchsia OOFOS thong style. And I worked in them. I walked in them. It soon became my favorite color. Hadn't been up till that point. But the idea is what the shoe allows you to do is that your foot is moving on all planes of motion. The foam that we have has 37% more impact absorption, but it also has what we call a little bit of a slow rebound. And what that means is it's not a quick bouncing you all over the place. It actually absorbs impact, where your athletic shoes are wonderful for performance. But what happens is when you wear your running shoes all the time, the running shoe is meant to propel you. And so it can be really, really pushy on your nervous system. It can be pushy on your joints. So when you put your foot in an OOFOS, the actual design of the footbed is allowing some of the weight to come off your forefoot and your heel. And ideally, we want it to be even there. So it actually helps your body do something that maybe it's having a little difficulty doing. But when your foot's moving on all planes of motion, it actually wakes up. I always say to our team in-house that it actually wakes up the deep intrinsic muscles of your feet to do the job they're designed to do. And as I mentioned when we were doing that self-massage, is when your deep muscles of your feet are not doing their job, supporting your arch, what happens is, like someone that'll say, well, I have flat feet. Having flat feet is basically a weak arch. That's what it means, or weak muscles in the feet. It's a weak foot. But you can't develop strength by, some of you might be familiar with a short foot exercise. And if you're not, definitely Google it later because it's a wonderful strengthening exercise. But our shoe actually starts to wake those muscles up as you walk. So as much as you're getting the comfort, and I know you're all enjoying that, just know that there's a more functional aspect to our shoe that is really creating a healthy foot. And we had our last research study done where it supported what I've known all along because I could feel it happening in my feet. I'm very body aware. And when I realized that the researcher was as excited as I was because of what she found out. So the middle part of our feet, typically in athletic shoes and in dress shoes, it really doesn't get to do that. It's like putting a kind of a box on your foot a little bit. And although your athletic shoe has more bend to it, which is wonderful, it's just that a lot of those shoes, because the material is hard intentionally, so it can be more durable, what happens is it will actually compress that connective tissue that's on our feet. So it's almost like ironing it. So when you have nerves embedded in that connective tissue in your feet, it's like ironing it down. And so to keep it healthy, to keep it hydrated, I do recommend, if you are doing massage or you're walking around, we always talk about drinking water. Sip on water all during the day. If you didn't drink enough water during the day and all of a sudden you drink a lot at one time, what you're going to notice is your body will once again dump it because it's just not able to use a lot. So the best, plan of action is to really sip on your water throughout the day. And by all means, definitely wear your OOFOS. I'm real excited to be a full-time part of the team. Started in 2021, and one of my reasons for doing that is my next chapter of my career, I wanted it to be meaningful. And since I began my work with OOFOS, it's been tremendously meaningful because of what I know about the body and what it's done for my athletes, professional and non-athletes. There isn't one person that I've worked with through my career that doesn't have a pair of OOFOS. So I just encourage you, when you're done with your workout, I almost say these are better than barefoot. And the reason why I'm saying that is in our homes, we are walking on hard surfaces. So you want to remember, and many of you probably already know, is when you're walking on the hard surface, as much as barefoot is wonderful, remember, when we're talking about barefoot walking, we're talking about being on natural surfaces, grass or sand. And this can actually mimic that. So anyway, enjoy your OOFOS, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I hope that this was helpful to you and that it made you feel better and that you have a great remainder of the summit. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. And thank you, Candis. I dropped the link in the chat, but I wanted to remind everyone that right now we're actually doing a really cool giveaway with OOFOS. And you can find the details out on aSweatLife.com, and we'll post them in the Slack as well, but the giveaways are insane. So make sure that you are entering that. If you want to follow OOFOS on Instagram, it's just at OOFOS. And then Candis, do you want to come off mute real quick and say where we can find you and stalk you in a loving, admiring way?
You can find me at Hey Candis, Candis. That's my Instagram, my personal Instagram. I am in the process of rebranding my business, and this will be a social club happening this April. It's called Very Human Social on Instagram. That's my Instagram handle. I'd love to meet and talk to any of you, whoever was here. So thanks again. Thank you everyone for this opportunity.
Awesome. And thank you again to OOFOS for helping to make this all possible. We will see you guys tonight for the pitch competition. Gina, that's starting at 6, right? 6 p.m. Central? Yep. And then tomorrow we have so many fun activities starting at 10 a.m. Central, and they will all be in your email later today for final reminders. So thank you guys for coming, and we will continue to see you on the internet for the next last day of the summit. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.